Joining us live now is the Surgeon General of the United States, Dr. Jerome Adams. And Dr. Adams, thank you for joining us this morning. And we just heard several Americans who are caring for loved ones with the coronavirus. What's your advice for people in that situation? And also for those who are caring for someone who they suspect may have the virus but can't get tested, what is your advice for them as well?
Well, we've told everyone to act as if you have the virus because you could be spreading it whether you have symptoms or not. But go to coronavirus.gov. There are tips there on how to prepare. We want people to be thinking about getting medications ahead of time for people who may be sick. If you have the ability, isolate a bathroom and a bedroom for someone who has coronavirus or is likely to have coronavirus. Make sure you're disinfecting surfaces frequently and washing hands every time you go in and out of the room of the person who may be having coronavirus. And just make sure you stay at home. We know that around the world, a lot of the cases of coronavirus have been spread by family members of people who we know have been diagnosed as COVID positive, who then those family members go out and spread it to other people.
And the White House unveiled its 15 days to slow the spread guideline. That was 11 days ago. The U.S. has now surpassed China in known infections. Do you think that this initiative is actually working at this point?
Well, we actually know it's working. We know that China and South Korea are reopening. We know that Italy reached their max or have leveled off and are coming down. And we know that when you look at Washington, and the governor of New York even said yesterday that their new cases per day have leveled off. It's no longer accelerating. And that's coincident with them having about a week of these aggressive measures. So we know when people do these things, they actually do help slow the spread. It's important for people to know everyone's timeline is going to be different. And so we want to give people the data they need and the tools they need to make the right choices, because New York is going to be different than New Orleans, is going to be different than Boise, Idaho.
And we're approaching the end of those 15 days. Do you think we're going to need more?
Well, I think in some places, definitely, we're going to need a lot more. Some places haven't hit their peak yet. And what we're looking to do in the next week or two is really give people the testing data that they need to make informed choices. Some places, it doesn't matter if it's Easter or if it's Memorial Day or if it's Labor Day. We know that we want people to be thinking about what they can do now so that we can quickly get through this with as few deaths and as few hospitalizations as possible.
And the president, he's been talking about relaxing the restrictions and classifying areas as low, medium, or high risk. But unless you're consistent across the entire country, how is that supposed to work and not spread state to state still?
Well, the way it works is through cooperation. I used to run a state health department. The authority lies at the state level. Important for people to know that 19 of 20 of the 50 states in the country, according to Dr. Birx, have been testing and have documented persistently low spread. We want to make sure those places know what their situation is. We want to make sure the next New York knows what its situation is. And we're looking at New Orleans, we're looking at Chicago, we're looking at Detroit. And we want to make sure people are talking to each other so that if they're in a high risk area, they're taking appropriate precautions. If they are in a lower risk area, that doesn't mean that you stop social distancing. It doesn't mean you stop washing your hands. It doesn't mean you stop doing the things that we're telling everyone to do. But it means you may not have to be on total lockdown the way that we see New York City and places in California are.
Well, I think that's an important message for people to know. Just because you're low risk does not mean that you can still do the things like you used to do in the past, because that just still doesn't help anybody. All right, Dr. Adams, thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Coronavirus.gov for more details.
All right, we got you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.